The truth is sitting right in front of you. Just look at it. Well-filed keys to the truth have been created here. We have Einstein and Darwin. Man, does that open a lot of doors. We can know what we are. All the important truths are pretty explicit. They start with your mouth and end with your anus.
Where did all this come from, and how long was there nothing before there was something, or if there...
So that's the question you have to know, is what was the origin of the photon? Photon buzzes about the universe for 15 billion years till it gets around to making something like this. We are going to remain unsettled and uncalm until we understand the crude mechanical forces that popped photons into existence. That's the important information. What exactly our psychology has been constructed to do through evolution and biological process that's been going on for 4 billion years, that story isn't the important story. The important story is what made photons.
Was something before it all began? What is the nature of all of that? I don't think those questions are ever going to go away.
Do you really think there's going to be any other answer than just some mechanistic answer that's not going to have anything satisfying to say about you? It's not going to say, I did it all for you, Corey. Come on. Let that question go. We already have the evidence, all the evidence we need to know. The universe is cruder forces than the forces that made us through evolution. It's obvious that it's a mechanical function. The universe doesn't make humans. This is what it does for a living. It's part of some mechanical thing that happened, and we're byproduct. Not intention, not function. We're byproducts. And our byproduct has a taint and an odor of grotesque imperfection. Create victims and be victims. Doesn't make any sense to get distracted by an irrelevant question of mechanics. There's just no point in asking where the blender came from. You're spinning in the blender. It's a clear blender, so you can see there's nothing else but the blender. There's just blender, and you're spinning in it. And you're going to worry about where it came from. Don't waste your time. Just do what you need to do to prevent as much screaming horror as possible.
At really huge levels, we're all baffled. We're little animals, chattering noises. There's no way we could possibly take ourselves seriously thinking that we're going to be able to grasp the very condition that made us possible.
We're the smartest thing on the planet. We shouldn't stand up and say, I'll drive the bus because I'm smarter than everybody else. Don't come up with a strategy to stop the blender, to break the blender, to escape the blender. Just sit in your seat, play along, spin in the blender, and scream when appropriate.